In the chaos of everyday life, your mind doesn't just get crowded with to-do lists and worries. It gets crowded with memories, old scenes that pop up when you're trying to fall asleep, old conversations that replay in the shower, that one moment you still wish had gone differently. Most people think of memory as a dusty archive. You open a box, look at what's inside, feel something, close the box, and move on. But what if memory isn't just recall? What if it's re-entry, a doorway you can actually walk back through and update? Imagine this for a second. Instead of being dragged around by flashbacks and what-ifs, you could step back into a moment on purpose, say the one sentence you didn't say, and walk out of that room feeling different, lighter, cleaner, more honest with yourself. That's the heart of what we're talking about today. Not some abstract theory, but a simple process you can use to quietly recode your reality from the inside out. By the end of this, you'll know exactly how to do it. Here's the key idea. Every time you visit a memory, you don't just look at it, you touch it. You leave a fingerprint on it. Your brain doesn't play a static recording. It actively rewrites the file based on who you are now. That means every revisited memory is either reinforcing the same old pain or becoming an opportunity to shift it. This isn't nostalgia, this is editing. And once you understand that, you don't have to be a passive viewer of your past anymore. You can be the editor. So let's walk through it together. First, you choose one moment, not a perfect memory. Perfect usually isn't real. Choose something that still feels alive when it shows up. It might be a kitchen at 11:07 p.m., dishes in the sink and the conversation that turned sideways. It might be a car stopped at a red light where you wanted to say something real and didn't. It might be a porch in late summer where the air was thick and everything felt like it was about to change. If a particular scene has been chasing you for years, that's your clue. That's the one. Once you've got it, you don't just think about it, you step into it. Take a slow breath and let the details load in. What did that room actually smell like? Soap? Citrus? Coffee? Rain on asphalt? What were the quiet sounds under the loud ones? The hum in the wall, the fork against the plate, the page turning 2 rooms away, the way someone's keys landed on the counter. The more sensory it is, the more your nervous system believes you're really there. Don't watch it from the outside like a movie. Wear it like a jacket. You're back in the scene. Now here's where things change. In that memory, there's usually a sentence you never said. Maybe you swallowed it. Maybe you froze. Maybe you didn't even have the language for it at the time. This process is about giving that sentence a chance to exist. Keep it simple, present tense, kind and clean. No long speeches. I want this and I'm scared. I need a pause before we fix it. I can be loved and loud. I'm confused, but I still care. It should feel honest enough that your chest loosens a little and your ego winces a little. That's how you know you're close. In your mind, say that sentence into the scene. Actually picture yourself saying it to the person who needed to hear it, even if that person is you. Then give the room a second to respond. Imagine what shifts when that line lands. Maybe the other person's shoulders drop instead of tightening. Maybe the argument doesn't vanish, but the edge melts. Maybe the goodbye still happens, but without the poison. Notice how you change inside the memory, your posture, your breathing, the pressure in your throat. You're practicing a new version of that moment, and your brain is taking notes. You might be wondering, isn't this just pretending? On a surface level, sure, it's imagined, but your nervous system often doesn't distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a physical one. Athletes rehearse shots in their minds and get better. Musicians practice pieces mentally and improve. You are doing the same thing with your emotional history. You're not erasing what happened, you're expanding it. You're telling your system, there was more to this story than silence and shutdown. Now let's turn this from an idea into an actual guided exercise you can do right now. If it's safe to do so, gently close your eyes. Say the year of the memory you chose out loud or quietly. That simple detail anchors you to a specific version of yourself. Remember what shoes you were wearing, what your hands were doing, where you were looking. Feel your palm rest on that table, or that steering wheel, or that porch railing. Notice the temperature, the texture, the light. Let your mind rebuild the scene as if you're walking back into a room you haven't visited in years. When it feels vivid enough that your body reacts, even a little, that's your doorway. You don't need to force anything. Let the missing sentence rise to the surface. Usually it's the thought you immediately want to push away. That's the one. Say it, even if you barely whisper it, say it out loud. Let your voice carry the truth your younger self didn't feel safe saying. Then pause. Take 3 slow breaths with this new version playing in your mind. Inhale, seeing the scene adjust. Exhale, letting your body relax into the updated story. If emotion comes up, tears, annoyance, relief, that's okay. That's just old tension finally getting permission to move. That's not you breaking down. That's you editing. When you're ready, open your eyes and capture this rewrite somewhere physical. Type it into your notes app, write it on a sticky note, put it in a journal, 1 sentence, today's date. This becomes your receipt, proof that you didn't just passively relive the past, you consciously recoded it. The next time that memory surfaces, you now have 2 options, the old ending or the revised one. And every time you choose the new one, you strengthen a different pathway in your mind. So how do you use this in real life? Tonight, if you catch your brain queuing up that same old scene, the argument, the breakup, the moment you froze, don't let it run on autopilot. Interrupt the loop. Picture the door, step back in, repeat the line you chose. See the room, rearrange around it. Feel how today's version of you stands a little taller in that space than the old version did. You aren't changing history on a calendar. You're changing the pattern your nervous system uses as a reference. Over the next week, you can do this with different moments. Don't overwhelm yourself. 1 scene at a time is enough. Think of each rewrite as adding a key to a small box you keep in your psyche. 1 for the kitchen fight, 1 for the car silence, 1 for the night you didn't speak up. When a day in the present locks on you and you feel trapped in a familiar emotional corner, you'll eventually start to recognize, oh, I've been here before, and reach for the right key, a different sentence, a different way of showing up. Most of your reality won't change because you discovered the perfect speech or finally had that one big confrontation where you say everything all at once. In practice, reality recodes through single lines, spoken at the right hinge moments, past or present. 1 truthful sentence at the right time is often more powerful than 100 explanations said too late. This is how you begin to treat your memories not as heavy artifacts you're stuck carrying, but as living rooms you're allowed to step back into, rearrange, and walk out of lighter. So remember this. Memory is not a museum you're forced to wander through, staring at exhibits of who you used to be. It's a workshop. You're allowed to go back in. You're allowed to pick up the tools of attention and language and do a little quiet construction. Re-enter, rewrite, release. If this resonated with you and you want something concrete to help, you can create your own revision card today. Write down the sentence you spoke, the date, and 1 word for how you feel now. Keep it somewhere you'll see it. Over time, those cards become a map of who you're becoming. And if you want a little more structure, use a simple 1-page Soul ID style starter of your own. A page where you collect the truths you're choosing now instead of the scripts you inherited then. Finally, if you feel like this is the kind of work you want more of, small, practical ways to recode your reality from the inside out, stick around. Revisit this exercise, try it with new moments, and watch how the weight of your past slowly shifts. Reality is always listening. The question is, are you willing to speak to it like you mean it, even when you're talking to yesterday?